Well, hello guys and welcome to Make It Pro. Today we're going over Adobe After Effects. This is a really awesome program for a lot of different types of things that you're going to be doing inside of your videos. So let's go ahead and get started. This is Adobe After Effects. Once you boot it up, this is what you're going to be looking at. And obviously you have to get some footage to work in it. One of the easiest ways is to double click here in the browser, just like you would in Premiere. And get that, find whatever footage you're going to be wanting to work with, which mine is, we're going to use the same footage as last time, just for the heck of it. I like this shot's cool. Alright, now, in order to start working, you have to build a composition. There are multiple different ways to do everything. Oh, sorry, goodness. But there's multiple different ways to do everything in After Effects. You can go into here, click New Comp, but what I find easiest is after you get your footage, click it, drag it down to here, and let go. It's going to make a composition tailored to your video 100%. The size, the width, the height, everything about it is going to be set up for your style of footage. It's even going to find the correct codec, the frame rate, everything. Now, if you do want to be particular with it, and let's say you're making something out of scratch, you want to do a title animation or something that's not involving footage, you go up here to Composition, New Composition, and you could pick the width, the height, the frame rate, the preset, the time code, and how long you actually want the video to be. Then when you click OK, it will create a composition for you. Now the composition is where you're going to be editing your footage. For instance, down here, now that we did that, we have our clip down here. If you look, you could scrub through it and watch the video beginning to end. So now that we have that there are a lot of different things that we can do. And I think we'll just go over the basics, like the basics, just so you can know the functionality and the buttons and everything. So this little caret right here allows you to open up different things for the video clip. You can click transform, you can change the opacity, you can change the rotation, do a little spirally thing. Scale it up. Whoops, that's not scale, that's position. You could change the the percentage of the scale, the position, and literally everything. Here is 3D. You can bump it into 3D space and do different things with it, but we won't get into that right now because that's a little technical. Alright, so let's add some more to our composition down here. So go ahead and click inside of here anywhere, and then we're going to go up to Layer, New, and now you have all these different options of stuff that you can add into it. Let's go ahead and add a solid layer, and let's just make that black. Alright, now we have a new layer added above our video clip. Now this is just like Premiere, where whatever video is on top is what you're going to be seeing. So for instance, we shut off the eye, now you can see what's below it. That is what we're seeing. Now we can add different stuff to this layer and do some cool little stuff. Let's go ahead and click right here on the shapes, and let's go to ellipse. This is going to basically make a mask of the solid that we just put on here. So just drag that out over the screen, and you have a cool little circle effect. Now I want to see the footage. I don't know about you guys, you may be doing something weird, but we can go into here where it says add, and if it's not showing up, you click on your layer, click M, and it's going to bring up your mask. And that is what we just applied right there with the shape. So change that to subtract. Now we have a little vignette that looks like crap. If you click F, that's going to bring up mask feather, and you could ramp that all the way up to like 300 or 400. And now we have a little vignette on there that looks nice, and it's kind of cool. So now that we have that, let's add some text. The text is similar to Premiere, where you click it and you have all your different options over here, but you don't have the presets like you do in Premiere right off to the side. You have to actually work with it and make it cool yourself. So let's go ahead and do the same as last time. Woodle Poodles. Put that on there, and now we got our Woodle Poodles on the screen. And now that we got that there, we can start putting effects and whatnot on there to make the whole entire composition look pretty. And to get your effects, that's over here. And again, if you're not, if your videos aren't or your windows aren't showing up like ours, or like you see on mine, you can go to Window and click on whatever on here, and it's going to bring up whatever you want to use. And same goes for down here. There's different columns, like for instance right here's mode. You could change that, so change it to add, and it will take some of the, oops, that's lighten. Change it to add, and it's going to take this information down below it. But you right click on it, click columns, and you can open up whatever you need. So we have that. Go to effects, and let's do curves, because that's one of the most commonly used effects in here. Actually, we can do one more thing. Click layer, wait, click down here. Click layer, adjustment layer. Now this is a layer that you put on your composition to apply effects. So we're going to put curves on this adjustment layer, and as you can see, it opens up a new window called Effect Controls. You can apply different effects there, and what it's going to do is affect everything below it. So if we move that there, see how it lightens up? It's not affecting the black solid. Put it on top, it's going to be affecting everything in its path. So now we have a nice little color corrected image. That's the before, that's the after. So now that you have that, let's see if there's anything else we can go over, because it's only been, well, we could start wrapping up actually. Yeah, that's all the basics on After Effects. Here's your effects that you can work through. Here's your text information. And once you're all said and done, I say I like Woodle Poodles. I'm happy with this. What we're going to do is go File, Export, Add to Render Queue. And we are going to set it up to render out and finish up this project. You go to Render Settings. That brings up your information. And I can't click it right now because it's my recording screen is in the way. Maybe. Nope. Whoops. We'll just leave that as is. Nothing in here really is gonna, well, you have to set it up, but once it's default, or the default you could typically use for most things, but if you need to change stuff, you can go in there and do it. But let's go ahead and go to Output Module. This is where you're gonna have to set up most of your stuff. This is where you're gonna pick the format, the size, and everything else. For me, I like to do QuickTime or H.264. I'm gonna go ahead and do QuickTime so we can get the full quality out of it. Click Resize. This is where you're gonna pick the resolution. And for me, I like to keep it full res. I like it to look pretty. So we're gonna keep it 1920 and 1080. Click OK. Now here's where you're gonna pick where you want it to export to. Me, I want to put it on my desktop so I don't have to look for it. We're gonna type Woodle Poodles because that's the title of this. Click Save. And now that's ready. Click Render, and that's gonna render out your video. And once that's rendered, you're ready to watch it and share it with your friends and family. So that is it for the basics of After Effects. There is so much more that there is to go over, but this is enough to get you started. So anyways, guys, hope this helped, and we'll see you next time with the actual episode of Make It Pro. So anyways, guys, we'll see you next time, and stuffs. Goodbye.